Alrighty, it is time for Duelist Kingdom action, and it is Duke Devlin taking on the Big Five, I think it was. So it's a game with two of the lesser names, but it could be one of the most interesting duels we've seen so far because you never know what's going to happen with Duke Devlin. Now, what day is it? It's Thursday. Tomorrow morning, I am doing a first aid course, so if, the time has ever arisen where I need to deliver CPR to someone or, try and get a heart beating again, I may possess the skills to do so. And apart from that, we will see probably tomorrow whether or not my car has survived its latest episode. Okay, Magic Jammer and Yugioh the MVP, if you know, you know. It's one of Duke's staple cards, which for his series on this channel anyway. But well, we're almost at the weekend, everyone. We're almost at that sort of break period at the end of the week. Hopefully things improve for all of us. As 1500 of Blackland Fire Dragon launch an attack, a rush recklessly is flipped up. And it puts Yugioh to 2000, it takes 500 points off the Big Five. And the Blackland Fire Dragon has gone to the graveyard. Although Yugioh, not the strongest monster out there, but he's done the job here. There is a 7 Duels of the Bandit. And to the battle phase for Duke Devlin. So that's 1300 off the Big Five. They're down to 6200. So it's a bit of an odd deck, the Big Five. It's got all the deck leaders that they had during the Noah arc, and it's got a lot of the monsters from the Duelist Kingdom video game world as well. Clown Zombie was one of them. It's 1350, and would you believe it, Yugioh the MVP again will be protected. That's a good decision from Duke. Protect Yugioh at all costs. Protect it like it's a bean soldier. End phase and turn change back to Duke, who draws the Dark Bat. Swords of Revealing Light now played, so it'll give Duke a 3-turn buffer. He puts Yugioh to defense mode. Yugioh would have been okay in defense mode, but the Big Five do have cards that are above 1500. We've got quite a few of them. A face down defense from the Big Five. They can't attack. They leave Clown Zombie in attack mode. It's only, it's 0 defense. 1 Day of Peace is drawn for Duke. He plays it. So both players will draw a card. No life point damage will take place though for the next turn and opponent's turn. So Dice Foon was drawn. Duke can't really do much but damage himself with it for the time being. There is a face down defense from the Big Five. 3 monsters on the field now. 2 turns on Swords of Revealing Light have gone. There's Cyclone Laser. Duke is not drawing the cards in the order that he needs. He really should play Dark Bat on the field. He really should, but he hasn't. Because if he draws Orgoth, he won't be able to summon it. Alright, end phase for the Big Five, who now have 4 monsters on the field. Turn change. Oh, Needle Wall. Good card. Fortunately for Duke, he didn't draw Orgoth, otherwise he still hasn't played Dark Bat. Needle Wall flips up. What's he holding on to Dark Bat for? I think I have a Dark Bat in my Yugioh shoebox, which I believe is actually in storage locker. Oh, Deep Sea Warrior, one of the deck leaders. Oh, and a Man-Eater Bug. Oh, that's going to get Yugioh. There it goes. Duke's probably wishing he had that Dark Bat on the field now. So 16 and 1350 is 2950 altogether. So a good chunk of Duke Devlin's life points are gone. He's down to 5050. And the Big Five now have a life point lead. Once again, Man-Eater Bug also went in for a little attack there as well. Alright, draw phase. Ah, speaking of the devil, Orgoth the Relentless has been drawn, but it wouldn't have made any difference. It was too late. Now for Duke to get that onto the field, he's going to have to get very lucky. Oh, it's a 1. It hits Deep Sea Warrior. And it plays the Dark Bat in attack mode. Okay, get rid of that. Yeah, get rid of the Man-Eater bug. It's the give the big 5 less to try and tribute their monsters with. Alright, turn change. Big 5 still have that clown zombie. Close in life points though, it's 1,050 between them. Big 5's having a bit of a think, but they've gone now. With a 2-star tribute, I was just about to say that would be Cosmo Queen. It was one of the monsters that sort of popped up in the, I think it popped up after the Labyrinth stage that they were going through in the video game world from the first Yu-Gi-Oh season. Was it the first season or did that leak into season 2? Either way. Alright, Needle Wall activates, rolls a 4. Doesn't hit Cosmo Queen, but negate attack is now on the field, so Duke Devlin looking to get a turn delay. It'd be very difficult for him to outmuscle Cosmo Queen. He could do it with Orgoth though, because of Orgoth's effect. There's Dragon Zombie. Duke will run out of life points if he gets hit by Cosmo Queen. Direct attack incoming. Duke Devlin has to activate negate attack, and he does. So it'll keep his life points safe, but the big 5 have massive field advantage. Duke is going to have to get very lucky here. Turn change. Hello. Oh, this one is now interesting. Rolls a 5. Now, Dice Jar can knock out the big 5's life points. It can do 6,000 damage. Unfortunately, Duke doesn't have that 6 on the field. But, oh, this Dice Jar is always good fun. There's Mystical Space Typhoon. Well, it's, activates Magic Jammer. Goes to protect. Oh, he's thrown Orgoth. I guess if Duke draws a Monster Reborn, he could summon it, but that goes for the big 5 as well. And what do they attack with here? Will they go for the win? Oh, they do. They attack with Dragon Zombie. Dice Jar will be destroyed. It has to roll. Oh, there's a 1 for the big 5 for Duke. Ah, it's a 2. Dang. If that was a 6, it was game over. Literally. And, wow, but... Oh, unfortunately, it wasn't to be. It would have absolutely blown the roof off if it did, but the big 5 are up 1-0. Duke Devlin's deck, as weak as it is very entertaining, but won't expect very long games out of him, though. Alright, so the perspective will flip. Duke... no, we'll see the big 5's perspective from this time. And as this one flips over, what's in other news? I'm going to try and be positive for this duel with the week that everybody's had. I'm going to try and be positive. You know what? I am hoping to start a gaming podcast very, very soon. Part of my film and TV course includes podcasts, and you know, for like the criteria of the course, we have to come up with podcast ideas. I was thinking about doing not specifically a Yu-Gi-Oh one, but just a gaming one in general, where we can all jump on, share experiences playing certain games. For example, I've bought The Witcher 3. I've never played it, but a lot of people argue that it is one of the best games ever made, if not the best game ever made. In my own opinion, I think if I had to choose just a one top spot to say this is the best video game ever made, probably would go with Red Dead Redemption 2, personally. Hey, he's back! Alright, come on, Dice Jar! That's a 2, and that is a 4. That's 2,000 off the big 5. The Judge Man, though, is 2,200 attack. Alright. Alright, draw phase for Duke. 5 cards in hand. But yeah, I would like to do a podcast and have like a fan viewer, sort of like a interaction part of it as well. Oh, dice lops. We don't see that very often from Duke. 1800. Still, the big 5 have that Castle of Dark Illusions, but they'll lose another chunk of life points, so... But, so when do... We should be starting podcast stuff either next week or the week after, so it'd be pretty close. But yeah, I've got a roadcaster at home as well, so I can technically... I don't have to be at the film studio to do it, as I do own a podcast unit, but yeah, I very much am in planning as well. Been talking to a few friends about getting it off the ground as well. But wouldn't it be cool? We just all have a hangout space where we can just discuss games, discuss, you know, upcoming releases as well. I might even throw some anime stuff in there as well. Okay. You know what? Even some WWE stuff as well. Why not? Dice Foon has been activated. Oh, that could destroy that face down. That face down. Could destroy that Shard of Greed is what I was going to say. But the Castle of Dark Illusions is attacked, so... Oh, it's a graceful dice. He has to roll. Oh my word. He had to roll anything but a 1. And he rolled a 1. Oh my goodness, Duke. That is so unlucky. Like, how much more unlucky can you get? Unfortunately, if the big 5 play Dragon Zombie there, it won't actually get the 200 point buffer till next turn on the standby phase. That's a shame. The big 5 could have played a little combo. People have said before about putting Castle of Dark Illusions in Bones' deck, it's just that he never used it. Which shouldn't really be an issue because of the way I built the decks anyway. Some cards are in players' decks that they never used, but... It's debatable. It is time in the season where we've been talking about altering decks a little bit. Would you all like to see Castle of Dark Illusions in Bones' deck? It's not that I wouldn't do it. I very much would consider it if you would all be happy seeing Castle of Dark Illusions in Bones' deck to give his zombies that little extra strategic push. There's Mystical Space Typhoon. I've always wanted to make like really early, like weak strategy decks that came out in very early Yu-Gi-Oh, like the Castle of Dark Illusions. There's the Dark Scorpions kind of fall into that category as well. Even though as a deck they're not too bad. Well, I mean, by modern standards they're not very good, but back in these days that deck would have been okay. The Dark Scorpions. Alright, to the battle phase. The Cocoon of Evolution is attacked. And so the Cocoon of Evolution, if that gets equipped, the big 5 have, what do they have? They have that, one of the insect equipped cards. And they can use Cocoon of Ultra Evolution to get Great Moth. But I think the Great Moth, I don't remember if that can be in the hand. I think that might have to come from the deck. But I would have to see that card again to confirm. But it looks like the big 5 are starting to take control here. Rush recklessly got over Dice Lops. Oh, now Duke's played Strike Ninja and Summon Dice. Rolls a 5. Doesn't appear that there's anything Duke can do with it rolling a 5. I've forgotten what Summon Dice's exact criteria are for each number. There goes the two-headed King Rex. So Duke has the strongest monster by attack, but he can't get through the defense right now. He'd need to power Strike Ninja up, or he'd have to get something else to the field. He's got Dark Master Zork, he's got Orgoth. So he's got options, but tough ones to get to the field though. Face down defense from Duke. Oh no, that's Cosmo Queen. That is exactly what Duke Devlin did not want. It's at 2900. It's a lot of attack power. 2900. It's Wabaku that's flipped up. 7 tools of the bandit counters. 1,000 points off the big 5. They're only down to 2,900. I mean, they haven't got a lot of life points, but it's quite a bit of life points when you've got they've got 2,900 life points and they've got 2,900 points of attack power. I just realised that. Numbers, numerology. Alright, what does Duke have here? He would need, he's got a couple of cards in his deck that can destroy. He'd have his Offerings to the Doomed floating around somewhere. There's Megamorph. Oh! Oh no! Oh, this is not good if you Duke. Oh, okay, this thing's going to be 5,800 attack points. Oh my goodness. Imagine if the Big 5 had Fairy Meteor Crush. Duke Devlin has it. I don't think the Big 5 have it. But imagine that. Fairy Meteor Crush on a 5,800. Well, it's a blistering amount of attack points. It's going to be very difficult for... Well, Duke's not going to be able to beat that manually. I don't think even Orgoth would beat that, even if it rolled 3 6s. I think it would cap at 4,200 or something. I think it caps at 4,600, something like that. Is that 6 that's on the field? Or is that Dice Knight? Either way, an 800 is on the field for the Big 5, but it's basically inviting Duke Devlin to try to attack it, because whatever he does attack with is going to get beaten by 5,800 and probably wipe out the rest of his life points. So that 800 is like a, yeah, come on, attack me. Attack me and lose the rest of your points. Big 5 are well in control. Summon Dice. Imagine if he pulled Orgoth. Maybe he's got Orgoth in his hand, that's why he keeps playing Summon Dice to try to get it to the field. Imagine if he played Summon Dice, summoned Orgoth, used its dice roll, knocked out Kurama and got... He'd get a lot more than 2,900 life points, I reckon. And Big 5 have pulled a Monster Reborn, but it looks like Duke may have run out of options. Oh, Roulette Spider! Oh dear, okay. He's rolled a 3. Oh, that's 6. He's rolled a 3. Choose one monster you control. Oh, oh, hang on. I've just seen... Oh! Oh my god, Duke just took 5,800 points. Oh, Did he change it with that 6? Or... Oh, what would the 3 change it to? I mean, I'm sorry everyone, I do not know what outcomes were possible there. I literally do not know. Either way, Duke, unless, I don't know, maybe Duke read it wrong or something, or... Because when that 6 is on the field, it's actually very easy to muck up. But I don't know. I actually don't know what the outcomes were, whether or not Duke could have actually done anything, but 5,800 points of damage went straight out of Duke's life points, but it's that'll mean that it's 2-0. So the Big 5 possibly could get a bonus point. So, yes. Oh, you know what other game I bought as well? Civilization 7. I haven't put it in the PS5 yet, but I've wanted to play it. I haven't played any of the Civilization games before, but I really do like simulator games. Like Theme Park World is an all-time favourite. The Sims, of course, I love Sims. That's one of the earliest videos that I did on the channel, The Sims. Still get viewed today, that big series I did with free play on the PS1 version, but I need my PS1 disc to get like cleaned or something. So it wasn't working last time I put it in the PS2. Alright, dice slots. So an 1800, Duke Devlin's got Strike Ninja there too. He's got a fair bit of attack power to start off here. Be nice if Duke doesn't lose 3-0. He's a fun player. I love watching Dice Jar. It's so much fun. There's Dice re-roll. Mind you, in that last match, if Duke's Dice Slops was able to roll to get something other than a 1 and destroy that Castle of Dark Illusions, it could have been a very different game. Duke just got so unlucky with like a 1 in 6 that went against him. 1800 off the big 5, they're down to 4500. Duke's looking good for this one. What do the big 5 have to counter with? They're a tricky opponent. They've got a Monster Reborn. So they're going to bring back that Petite Dragon. I wonder if we'll ever see the 5-headed dragon. Oh, Duke's activated Dice re-roll. I think it was Skull Dice, wasn't he, that he put down, so he must be anticipating that Petite Dragon's going to get tributed. That's good foresight. That's really good foresight from Duke. And it is Judge Man. Goes in for the battle phase. Be better to go... Oh, he's gone for Dice Slops. I reckon that's a bad move. He should have gone for Strike Ninja because it gives Duke less chance. Oh my god. Okay, he's got a dice re-roll. He rolled a 1 and he... Oh my goodness. He rolled a 2. Oh, Duke has not had any luck with the dice in this game. He needed 4 or higher. So a 50-50 chance. He had 2 50-50 chances and he lost them both. And he lost a 1 in 6. Well, 5 in 6 actually. He had, in the last 2, he had a 5 in 6 chance of defeating that Castle of Dark Illusions. And he didn't. So Duke's luck in this series has been abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. Dragon Zombie comes down at 1600. Needle Wall is activated from Duke. Alright, Strike Ninja is gone. And now the 13th Grave is under attack by the Judge Man. Duke has Oni Tank T34. He's got Dark Master Zork in his hand. The dice roll is a... Oh my god, a 1. Duke doesn't need 1s. He needs 3s or... I don't know if Dragon Zombies are for a 4 or a 2. Judge Man's for a 3 as it's in the middle. I think it might be a 2. I think it's the direction they're facing. That's what number they are from their left, I think. Oni Tank T34 is gone. 1600 coming off of Duke. 6200 life points remaining. 4500 for the big 5. But it's now Duke Devlin's turn, who draws Offerings to the Doomed. You can get Judge Man off the field, but he won't be able to draw a card on the next turn because he's used it. So there goes Needle Wall. There's a 6, that'll roll again. Oh, he hit Dragon Zombie. He hit Dragon Zombie. Finally, luck is starting to turn for Duke Devlin. May actually get through the next turn relatively unscathed. Ah, Mystical Space Typhoon, that'll get rid of Dice Wall. Needle Wall. Okay, what does Big 5 have? Oh, another tribute. Oh, that just isn't fair. It's a Black Dragon Jungle King. I wonder if we will ever see the 5-headed dragon from the Big 5. It's super unlikely that we will. I mean, look at these two, they're almost even on life points. Almost dead even on life points, but you gotta say that the Big 5... Ah, that's right, Duke can't draw. He used Offerings to the Doomed. Alright, 2 in hand for the Big 5. Any monster on the field right now will just be devastating. I mean, Duke can't get attacked twice by that Black Dragon Jungle King. getting all the cards mixed up. Two-headed King Rex has come to the field now as well. Be 3,700 altogether. It's going to leave Duke with 400. Well, it's the Bee Dragon Jungle King was a fusion I used to make in Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories all the time. If you do a dragon and a plant, it'll fuse into Black Dragon Jungle King, 2,100. Very, very handy in those early Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. Dice, Skull Dice. So Duke Devlin, unfortunately, is going to lose 3-0. He's activated Skull Dice anyway. He's rolled a 3, but it won't do anything. Two-headed King Rex, tributed for Deep Sea Warrior. And the Big Five, well, it's a good win for them. They pick up a bonus point as well because they won 3-0 and swept the series against Duke Devlin. Direct attack incoming, and that will do it. Well, 3-0 to the Big Five. They were too good for Duke on this day. If Duke's luck was just slightly better, it may have been a different result though. But it is 3-0 in favour of the Big Five. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Again, over the weekend I would like to do Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff. Same with tomorrow on Friday as well, but there is so much in the air right now, I'm not 100% sure. So I will do the best I can, I promise you that. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.